This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody. We had a special guest on the podcast today, the one and only Caitlin Bassett.
Hello.
Hey, Seabass, what did you like about today's show? Anything?
So much.
So, Adam Thorne, the King of Pain, what did you think of him? Wasn't it extraordinary?
I think he is crazy. I don't think you could pay me enough money to do what he does, but fascinating. Imagine having him at a party telling his stories.
Yeah, I know.
Could have talked to him all day.
Yeah, you'd have so many bloody questions.
Yeah.
We talked about sleepovers. Now, we know that school's back, but the last-ditch effort on the weekend, people having sleepovers left, right and centre.
Yeah.
How they affected you?
I think we'll throw I Hart Food in as well, because we really got drooling over some dishes this morning.
Nathan.
Nat. No, I don't think it was that.
And Sean.
I'm enjoying it.
Nova 937.
It's 6:05. Nathan and Sean. No, Nathan again today, still in the sick bay. But Shawnee Mac's here.
Oh, good to be here, Nat, with you, celebrating.
hello.
I just, actually, me and Harry just been
Why are you
watching
trying
the
to
TV.
hold my hand? Okay, keep going.
I will. Put your hand out. I went to the dog park yesterday.
Did you?
Last night later, kicked the footy with my son, and I missed you.
Oh,
I was looking for you everywhere.
Yeah, I was there. I had to take my dog home because he was trying to hump a Labradoodle too much.
Oh, that's not fair. Don't take him home. That's not fair.
No, it was too intense. He gets very focused and it's a bit disturbing. It's the
God.
same way Megan has to take you home quite often too. For
Oh,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
reason.
God. Me and a Labradoodle. Interesting. That's really unfair, isn't it? Like, you do get embarrassed by your dog's behaviour.
Oh, yeah. He
Or your
gets
pet's behaviour.
He gets too intense. And I was like, no, mate, we got to go home. And he wasn't happy about it. He growled at me. And I'm like, no,
Did
we're
he?
going home.
God,
Get
he
in the
really
car.
had it.
Get in the car.
He really had the smells going.
He did. He did. I don't know what it was. You know how we get.
Oh, that is so great.
Good times.
I wonder if other people have to go through that some days where they go, this is too embarrassing. You're out of here. We're going.
There's another dog there called Teddy. Teddy's tiny, right?
Yeah.
But Teddy really wants to take on a puppy. So if ever there's a puppy, it's like Teddy has to be tethered, or he just goes nuts around puppies, like just tries to dominate them. He's a tiny little cavoodle.
Yeah.
But no, Teddy, when there's a puppy in town, Teddy's not having it. It's
Yeah.
like, Teddy, stay away from the puppy. He has to go home too.
My dog Rex, he used to do that all the time, and but recently, because now he's like almost 14, I think
He's
he
an
is
old
now.
boy.
He's an old man.
He's a big
right?
old boy, yeah.
He's a big old man, and there's a couple of young, strong dogs just down the road from me, and he sees them at the park, and he wants to go over, and he goes over for a bit of a, tries to knock into him or something, and they just bump him once, and he's on the ground. His back legs are gone.
You've got to know your limits, old boy.
Mate, turn it up. Come on.
That's like, once again, like you.
Yeah. So true. So true.
Hey, later this morning, we are going to be joined in the studio by Adam Thorne. You might have seen him on a show called Kings of Pain. Now, he does things like gets bitten by a snake to see what it feels like.
Unbelievable. I'm looking forward to this. I don't want to have any part of it.
Is he bringing a snake in? Because Amy said he might be, and I don't. I'm going to take myself home.
He's not going to bring a snake in.
Okay. Are you just saying that?
Yeah, I am.
Would love to see a snake in here.
Then I'm out.
Okay.
I'll be
Last
going
time we
home.
had a snake in here, Harry, you know what happened when the tiger snake was going around here? Natalie went in. We've got two studios here, everybody.
I was
Natalie
next
went
door
to the next studio.
in my happy place.
Nathan and I were up on this bench, up on our studio bench. This tiger snake was getting around.
The tiger snake immediately just made a beeline to go up and under the desk. Of course, it's trying to find a safe
Naturally,
rescue.
yeah.
And the guy pulls it out by its tail, and then it starts trying to bite him. And
Yeah,
it's like,
it
what?
struck him
Who
on the
thought this
jeans.
was a good idea? It's an actual tiger snake.
Snake wranglers don't care about ock health and safety, do they?
No.
It doesn't apply to them.
No, absolutely not.
Doesn't.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Talisa, every morning when I see you in the morning, I'm waiting for you to resign straight away because I feel like... so Natalie and I have been here for a long time, and Nat's
Yes.
been here for a super long time,
Yeah.
part of the furniture. And we've got to a point where we've ruined our youth, I guess, to a point because, you got to act like an old-timer when you're doing this position.
yeah.
But you've got a time... You've realised now that you're doing breakfast radio, you've got time to leave.
Yeah. True. I haven't really
and
thought
live
about
your
that
life.
yet. I'm sure
Sean,
give it a
we
couple
need
more
her
weeks.
here. What are you
and-
doing? Don't remind her of how
How's it
miserable her
going?
life is.
I'm going okay so far. But yeah, give it a couple more weeks and I'll let you know. But yeah, so far okay.
I mean, the deal that's much, much different for you is you, unlike us, commute from Mandurah every
it is
morning.
a bit of a trek, yes. But
Imagine that.
I don't mind the commute, to be
Not
honest.
a lot of traffic at
Not
that
a lot
hour.
of traffic, yeah. I put on my music. It gives me a chance to wake up a little bit, come in, make my coffee, and then I'm usually good to go.
Look at her. See, she's so positive.
For now.
She's young, she's pretty, she's positive. She's a joy to be around.
You are.
Thanks, guys.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. Nova's Pay Your Bills.
Oh, today's Pay Your Bills, because bills are the worst. You shouldn't have to deal with it. We're going to do it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Electricity bills, everyone's got one of those. Water bills, rates, I was mentioning this. They're so close to coming out, and I know
I don't want to check my letterbox.
And you know what about the rates is? What do? They look at the the services they provide, and then they say, well, your house could be rented at this amount of money, so therefore they come up with a calculation. But everyone's house is going to be rented higher now because there's no supply and demand.
I know. At least your council has facilities, though, Sean. Mine doesn't. We have no swimming pool. We've got no library. We've got nothing.
Fremantle Council.
We've got some rangers that are.
You haven't even got a footy club anymore, you idiots. Exactly.
Obviously paying for the lawn. Anyway, that's a bit of a rant.
I'm one street away from East Fremantle Council. I can say what I want.
I'm in trouble. My car's getting towed as we speak. Look, we will pay any sort of bill at all. It doesn't have to be a formal one that comes, in the shape of a bill. It could be just something that you've got to spend some money on and you don't really want to spend your money. You'd rather spend our money.
Yeah, so I was listening to Ross yesterday. One of the guys rang up and he said he needed some new running shoes because he's training at the moment to do a half marathon.
There you go. That sort of thing. Yesterday, we bought driving lessons.
Ah, how good.
Yeah, because the guy was sick of driving his kids around. Just register your bill on the Nova Play app and we could be calling out your name. You'll then have 20 minutes to call us back. Let's call a name right now, Sean.
Yes, it's going to be Rebecca Rudkin from Alkimos. Rebecca Rudkin.
Okay.
What does she want, though, Nat?
She wants flights to Melbourne. We'll have to find out what that's about if she calls us back. Okay, Rebecca, it's now 20 to 7. That means you've got till 7 o'clock. Give us a call right now.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. Nova's Pay Your Bills.
All right, so we put the call out for a very special person. Her name's Rebecca Rudkin from Alkimos. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning.
Oh,
Good
Beck,
morning,
you called through straight away. Well done. Didn't even, squeeze out the 20 minutes. Beautiful work.
Right.
So, Beck, you're looking to go over to Melbourne, are you?
I've just been.
Okay, so you want us to cover the cost of that. Now, why did you go? What was it all about, Beck?
Really not, I may have gone just to have a date.
Okay, so it's a long way to go for a date. It's certainly a long way to go back for the second date.
That's great, Becca.
Okay, so is it who is this person?
I'd rather not give a name.
Okay,
but,
that's okay.
Just someone I've known for a fair amount of time.
So did you meet this person online, or it was just a relationship that you hadn't explored yet and you thought it was time?
I've known him for about 8 years, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So just bit the bullet and flew over.
So
Good on
had
ya.
you not met in person before?
No.
And you've
No,
been talking
sorry.
for 8 years?
Yeah.
Well, you don't
No,
want to rush
off and on,
into it.
Nat.
You don't
Off
want to
and on.
rush into it.
Hey, Rebecca,
No,
was it
thank you,
worth the flight? Did you get along well and connect?
Connect. Yeah. Yeah, it was worth it.
She
Definitely.
connected over and over.
She's lost her voice.
Connected a few times.
Connected so hard they couldn't leave the house.
The hotel.
That's really nice to hear, Rebecca.
And so is this going to be an ongoing thing, Beck?
Well, it is Melbourne, so it won't be that ongoing.
Yeah, I
but
know.
it will
This
be,
is the problem.
it will be going again. But yeah, just time and working things out, I suppose.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that's good. Good on you, mate.
Well, we're going to cover the cost of that because we love Beck around
We
here.
do love.
So well done.
Thank you.
All right. That's
Yeah.
what we'll pay for.
Give us a call next time you need a flight covered.
Yeah, we're here
Might get
for
over
you.
with you.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
No Nathan today, but look at his replacement. We've gone for height.
Yeah, we
Hey,
need a
imagine.
ruckman. We need a ruckman in the team.
Yeah, we needed a-
Seabass, how are
Good
you?
morning, I'm great. Like for like with Nathan, really.
It is
Yeah,
like for like,
yeah.
yeah.
You're blonder though, and you don't wear a hat. Other than that, exactly the same.
Wear a hat.
I was telling Seabass just before because I saw her on Sunday. She's always working at the footy,
She
so
is.
She's doing a marvellous job. And there was a thing on Hayden Ballantyne's Instagram that was a photo of Seabass interviewing Lockie Neal, because Hayden was down at the change room. Did you actually see him?
No, what was he doing down
His
there?
daughter's loves Lockie Neal and is a supporter of Brisbane.
Yeah,
so he
right.
took her down to the change room to see
I did
Lockie,
not
and
see.
he's taken a photo of you from a distance.
Oh my God, I need to see.
So what do you reckon the height difference is between you and Lockie Neal?
Oh, half. Like, I am at least double the size of him. But do you know what struck me about Lockie? He was so softly spoken and so, like, I just didn't expect
It's
that.
quite humble.
Yes,
Yeah.
and just, like, he's obviously an amazing player and great
Yeah,
captain.
and
I
he
thought
had
he'd be a bit more,
absolutely
like,
torn it
forthright.
up too.
Oh,
He was so good.
I was like, so you've topped every stat. He was like, yeah. I was like, he was amazing. But yeah, very taken aback by how softly spoken he was. I guess when I talked to, the last docker I talked to was Jackson.
Oh, yeah, Action Jackson.
A little bit different, but no, he was lovely.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Caitlin Bassett in the house.
Morning.
And Caitlin, as you know, it's a big day today because the kids are back at school. Term 3 begins, Natalie.
Yes, school
Why
zones.
did they go back yesterday? Like, what? Why did
Teacher
people not go
development
back on
day
Monday?
often.
Okay,
Yeah.
We should have that when we're on holidays. We're going to bring
Yeah.
that up next time.
Well, often it happens to me because my flight's been cancelled somewhere.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Stay with it. Stay with it. Don't change.
That was a big thank you to the floods in Dubai last time.
Yeah. Go with it. So one of the things I was talking about with one of the parents at the footy on the weekend, the girls' footy, is that when there is the school holidays, the opportunity to have a sleepover at someone's house keeps coming up. It's almost a daily occurrence.
Yes.
And at my house, my daughter either sleeps at my my niece's house, my brother's house, because my daughter and my niece are like, they're inseparable on the weekends in particular.
So cousins that are besties. That's cute.
So
I like that.
we come back from Bali. No, I've got it. I said to Sunny we might stay a couple more days in Bali just to see what her reaction. She's like, no way, I've got to sleep over at Lisa's house. So I'm going.
Her cousin's name's Lisa?
Elise, sorry.
Lisa, right.
Yeah, so she was... so they had many sleepovers. One of the things that me and Megan always talk about, you can guarantee after a sleepover, they've had no sleep at all. So they're absolutely ratty and they cry and they get upset and they don't talk to you and it's impossible to have a conversation with.
When I was a kid, when I had a birthday party, because we lived on a farm out of town, so we're 40 k's out of town. So I'd get maybe 12 friends to come to my party. But then Dad would drive home all the town kids, because that was just one trip. So all the town kids would get driven home. So that was, for him, that was an hour to go in, drop them all off and come back again. And then all the farm kids would stay. So I might have, like in the lounge room, there'd just be the mattresses laid out on the floor. Maybe six kids.
Yeah.
And the number of times, like, the lasting image of my dad for the rest of my life will just be him screaming, "Shut up, you lot!" Because it was like, and we had to go to school the next day. It was like just...
I can hear my dad yelling that too.
Constant giggling. "Shut up, you lot! Go to sleep!"
Yeah, Caitlin, was it a thing with you?
There was one rule in our house: if you wanted to have a sleepover, because we had best mates, and my sister, she's older than me, my brother's younger, and they had kids in the same range. So it was like everyone wanted to sleep over at once, which was fine, but it wasn't allowed to be on a school night. That was the rules, and you had to give at least a day's notice. And I can guarantee you there would be begging, "Please, can she sleep over tonight?" No, you didn't give me a day's notice.
And you didn't fill out the form in triplicate.
Pretty
so.
much. Like, there was a very set rule. You knew you weren't going to get a yes.
You never got to bypass that rule? It was upheld?
Yes.
Oh.
And it was generally only one night as well. You couldn't do multiple nights. So it wasn't like, hey, I sleep at your house tonight and then you sleep at mine tonight. It was only ever a single night.
When I was a kid, if we did just do a sleepover unrelated to a birthday party, they had to come for the whole weekend, because so they would catch the bus home with me and then stay Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and then go back to school on the Monday, and vice versa if I was staying with friends in town, because there was just no other way around it. Yeah.
So the dad I was speaking to on the weekend, he said, "That's it. We've had enough of the sleepovers. Like we're
drawing a line.
We're drawing the line," because he said he was speaking to his daughter, and she goes, "You don't understand, you know." And
I mean, that's a common call at 14 anyway.
Yeah, she's got, she's emotional after not
overtired.
sleeping.
And she's just been eating sugar for the last...
absolutely. All right, let's talk about sleepovers.
Yeah, have you got rules at your house? Have you just banned them outright?
I mean, you need a day in advance.
Do you have a story from when you had a sleepover as a kid?
Yeah, did you ever try to nick off at night and
Sneak over to the park.
I was the same as you. We lived on
Drink,
5 acre
yeah.
properties, so
Yeah.
we weren't going nowhere. We had the granny flat. We would go over to the granny flat and make as much noise as we wanted to. Mum and Dad wouldn't care.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good
It was
outcome.
good, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Stacey's in Kalgoorlie. Hi, Stace.
Going.
Good,
Good,
Stace.
Stace.
What happened on a sleepover?
So my daughter, who's 15, had about 6 of her girlfriends sleep over for her birthday, and I thought I'd be that cool mum and play murder in the dark with her. And one of the girls jumped off the bench onto my toe and broke it. So my rule is no more murder in the dark.
Okay. Oh, no more murder in the dark.
Yeah, I love that. That was your fault as the mother.
Yes, of course. Very bad idea.
That game was a staple at my grandma's growing up.
Yeah. I mean,
That is spotlight.
yeah,
out the
murder in
backyard.
the dark in Kalgoorlie probably sometimes gets a bit literal, does it? Can't be too careful. Thanks, Stace. Melinda's in Parmelia. Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Good, Melinda.
Good, Melinda. What happened at the sleepover?
So I had a birthday party growing up on a farm over east, and everyone decided that they'd bring tents, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is a bit weird, but anyway. So they wanted to have that whole, sleep under the stars experience because
Yeah.
they're all townies.
Yeah.
So anyway, we all pitched our tents and everything out the back. Well, we had 100 mils of rain that night, and I know it just came out of nowhere because that's Victoria.
Yes.
And anyway, all the tents floated away because they got uprooted from all the rain and mud and everything. And some of them ended up in our dam.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So everyone bailed inside, and my parents actually didn't wake up, so we all got inside, and we didn't realise how much mud we'd carried in with us. And anyway, so we got up in the morning, and literally every wall, every bit of carpet, every bit of furniture was just covered in mud. And my parents got up and just,
went wild?
they weren't too impressed. So Mum got all the cleaning products out. She got all the rubber gloves and the buckets and the mops and everything, and made everyone clean up the house.
You had a cleaning party for your birthday in the end. Wow.
The last sleepover
I was
ever.
going to say, that nobody would have wanted to go to your house after that. That's full on.
Oh, I love the sleep out and then everything goes
I
haywire.
know. That's a lot of rain too. That is a lot of rain. Thanks, Melinda. Stephanie's in West Swan. Hi, Steph.
Good morning, crew.
Hey,
Yeah,
Steph.
what's your take on sleepovers?
As I was saying before, I come from a Greek background, so sleepovers were sort of quite a big no-no. To this day, I'm not 100% sure why, but my mum would always say, well,
It's
I
our
don't really
culture.
know. Yeah, she never really sort of explains, but she always used to say, well, you don't know what the beds are like, is there, going to have enough blankets, are you going to be warm enough or whatever.
A lot of concern.
And, what are you going to eat? Of course, the main sort of issue was like whether we'd be fed.
Yes.
We were allowed to have friends over, which, they'd be stunned as to how much food there was.
Yes.
But, it was just never, and even when I say my kids are going for a sleepover, my mum will be like, oh, they shouldn't be going. You should just have them at home. But, they just never really,
And they didn't explain it, but it was a
going
cultural
elsewhere.
thing. Yeah.
I'd say so. I'm not sure whether, any of the other parents were like that. I don't remember my friends
was it
talking about
cultural or were they just blaming it on when they just didn't want you to go? It's amazing, isn't
No,
it?
maybe a little bit cultural, but just the concern that no one's going to look after you better than we do.
Yeah,
that's a really good point.
I know. I have heard that there are some cultures, and I believe, I might get this wrong, but I believe it's some of the Scandinavian countries where if you were to go and stay at someone's house, they're not obliged to feed you. What? So they don't, I've heard stories of kids that were like, oh, we're having dinner now, just wait in the room.
No.
If someone's out there and they can confirm that with us, give us a call.
Yeah, that's right.
13 24 10.
If when you went to visit your German or Scandinavian friend's house,
Yeah,
Harry,
Scandinavian, it says here on the Google.
there you go. Yeah. They don't feed you.
I mean, I get it. If you've got lots of kids coming around, you can't afford to feed everyone. It is expensive food these days. You don't want to have a party and 10 kids eat you out of house and home. But to think that they're going to sit in the corner.
Imagine like if they'd come to out on the farm, they don't have an option. There's nowhere else to go. So you're like, what do you
forage.
What do you pack 3 days food for them to go and stay at their friend's house?
Yeah, amazing. For some kids, I'd send them over. Need to lose some weight, go have a sleepover.
That's right. with the Johanssons.
This is the the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Just talking about sleepovers before we hit the news. And we caught up with Stephanie, who told us that growing up in a Greek family, she wasn't allowed to go on sleepovers, but if kids came to her, they were very well fed. And I then threw out the theory that I'd read somewhere that in some countries they don't feed you if you're on a sleepover, and I believed it was the Scandinavian kids. And Seabass is horrified, obviously. Well, Katarina's given us a call. Hello, Katarina.
Oh, hi.
Have you got any insight into this, or am I just making it up?
No, it's true. So I'm from Sweden originally. I've obviously lived in Australia for a while, and every time I went to my friends for play dates or on the weekends or after school, every time they had lunch or dinner, I got to sit in the room and wait for them to finish eating, or I went home to my own house and had my own food.
So if you just waited in the room, would your mum pack snacks for you in your bag? No. So you just sit there?
Never. Yeah, just sit there, and sometimes, you can smell the food and you go, I'm so hungry.
Katarina, what was the thinking behind that? There was an impost?
I don't know. I had this discussion with another Swedish friend the other day because I had completely forgot about that until somebody brought it up. And I don't know, it's not like we were poor and we didn't have food. It was just like maybe you were so organised that you just planned enough food for your own family, and if there was sort of outsiders there just wasn't simply enough. I don't know. It's so bizarre.
Is it also, is part of it like you didn't want to, tread on the parents of the visiting child's toes by feeding them something that was inappropriate, perhaps? Maybe? Is it that?
No,
okay.
really.
I was just trying to find a reason.
No, I think people are just so organised, and you know what Swedish people are like, they're super organised. Maybe they've just bought enough food for their own family.
Surely just buy a slightly bigger bag of meatballs, mate.
Sure, there's meatballs in the freezer ready to go. Pop them in the air fryer, some Swedish fish.
I remember my neighbour coming over. We used to go to school together, and I would sit at the table and have breakfast, and she would sit next to me.
I'm watching you eat. It's so awkward.
Katarina, I think Harry has got this information on
Harry,
Google.
What have you Googled,
It's pretty much spot on what Katarina said just before. They don't buy an excessive amount of food. They don't plan to have an excessive amount of food in their culture. So they just got enough for the family.
So not even a slice of bread for the visiting poor little starving kid in the bedroom?
I know. Or like the little kid is sitting at the table like drooling over your
you wouldn't make all the portions slightly smaller so they could eat something as well, like sharing is caring.
We haven't thought of that. We haven't thought of that. In 1,000 years of sleepovers.
Amazing culture.
That might be a good
incredible.
idea.
Thank you so much for your insights, Katarina. I can see why you got out.
Note to self, never go to a Swedish sleepover.
I know.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. Jugglers.
Cirque du Soleil's Lucia is now in Perth. Witness breathtaking acrobatics under the iconic Big Top. Book your tickets now.
All right, it's time for a round of Jugglers, the competition that really tests your multi-skilling capabilities. Up the grabs, a VIP double pass to the premiere of Lucia on July 25th, the latest Cirque du Soleil show. Yesterday it was pretty hard, but we've made it easier. But we have upped the degree of difficulty by getting two contestants with almost identical names.
Okay, so we've got Emmy in Northlake and we've got Tammy in Currumbine. So this is going to be interesting. Emmy, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Em. Did you hear it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, we've made it easier, okay? Because we want you to be good at it, okay?
Okay.
All right, going to give you your best shot. You're up. Oh, we've lost Tammy. Tammy's
great.
given up.
I mean, the competition was hard enough yesterday. Now we only got one person.
It got a lot easier for you, Emmy.
All right, first question, Emmy. It's good yesterday. So the multitasking is the thing that all women think that they can do. Yesterday, it wasn't proven to be factual.
No, but maybe that's just because the two tasks that they were trying to do at once were difficult.
A man get up here at some stage.
All right, we're trying to grab somebody else.
You just need to grab someone else, guys. Anyone will do. Let's go with, there's Jared in Como. Let's get him on.
He's gone.
Okay, he's gone.
Oh, is Tammy back? I can see Tammy there.
Hang on, she's going through our system.
Okay,
all right. Tammy, where did you go?
Good morning. I'm not sure where I went, but I'm back. Good morning.
Good to have you back, Tam.
Multitasking already.
Thank you.
All right, how are you with songs, Tam? The first part.
I'm not too bad. not too bad.
And what
but
about
quizzes? I might be better.
General trivia. Okay, here's what's going to happen. We are going to play a song and then ask you a trivia question at the same time. If you think you can tell us the title of the song and the answer of the question correctly, you've got to get both parts to take the point. Buzz in with your name. If you get it right, you take that round. If you get it wrong, we move on. There will be 5 rounds. Whoever is leading at the end of it takes it out. Are we clear?
Yeah.
All right, let's test your buzzers. Emmy?
M.
Tammy?
Tammy.
All right.
Seabass.
Hey.
Caitlin's going to ask the first question.
Are we ready? Which former US president experienced an attempted assassination?
Emmy.
Yes, Emmy?
Donald Trump, and the song is Uptown Funk.
Hey, good start, Emmy. That's how it's done, everybody.
Right.
Emmy leads
okay.
1-0. Good work.
I'm
All right,
so
we
far
got a
in front of
round.
yesterday. It's not funny already. Okay. Here is your second question. Which Perth beach does the Rottnest swim start from?
Emmy.
Emmy?
Cottesloe and Since You've Been Gone.
Emmy, how good are you?
He's
All
been
right.
studying last night.
So Emmy leads 2-0. Here's where we're at. Emmy, if you get the next round, you win. So Tammy, you
Come
need
on,
to
Tammy.
you need to stage a bit of a comeback.
I was nearly on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is round 3. What is the name of Jennifer Aniston's character in the TV sitcom Friends?
Emmy.
Emmy for the win.
It's Umbrella and Rachel.
Emmy's taking it out, everybody.
Amazing.
That's how you juggle.
If we had a carryover champion,
I know.
you'd be on every day.
I reckon you would have done all right yesterday when they were really hard. Emmy, you're off to see Cirque du Soleil, the premiere of Lucia on July 25th with a VIP double pass.
Thank you.
Like a
It's gonna be
celebrity,
amazing,
a little
yeah.
rock star.
Look out for that complimentary gift too. May or may not be a gold bar.
I know. Probably won't be, but you never know.
Who knows?
You might strike it lucky.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
It's Nathan and Sean's
Invest in your child's future with the Wise School Ready program, helping children under 5 flourish through early literacy and language development. Search the Y Early Learning.
Oh my God, it's back, everybody. Last year we had such a cracking day during our Book Week show from Bull Creek Primary School. How good was it?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Natalie, you went as Pippi Longstocking.
Pippi Longstocking, yes. I even sewed the little pinafore myself.
You put in a lot of time and effort.
Thank you.
I put in absolutely none. Everyone organised my stuff.
You went
and
as
I
the
was
cat in the hat. Yeah.
Add a bit of height. Is that what it was about?
Trying to.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Ouch. Ouch. Did you ever get dressed up for Book Week, Zubaz, back in the day?
Were you always a bitch?
No, I don't think Book Week was a thing when I
Yeah,
was
it's definitely
at school.
gotten bigger, hasn't
It
it?
wasn't a thing for me.
Nah,
No.
I mean, I would have gone from someone from the Babysitters Club for sure.
Yeah.
Marianne, because she was in love with Logan and he was,
He was everything, wasn't he?
yeah, he was.
So once again, we are going to broadcast our show live from one lucky school in Perth during Book Week because we love it so much.
Now, here's the thing, Seabass. We'll be rocking onto this school and we'll be giving them a $5,000 donation.
Buys
towards
a lot
their
of new
school.
books for the library, doesn't it?
That's pretty exciting.
That's cool.
Or it's a really good Christmas party for the teachers. How they spend it's up to them. We don't judge.
We're not going to audit you.
Now, if you would like our show to come to your school, you need to get your teacher to register your school details now via the Nova Play. So the teachers and the principal have to give the okay. Very important that we don't just turn up and they're like, what are you doing here?
School assembly. Hello.
It's super
That'd
awkward.
be embarrassing, won't it?
But we will be bringing our costumes. We love your costumes. We'll have guests, the whole deal. It's just such an amazing day out, and everybody really got into it last year, so we thought let's make it bigger and even better
that was
this
so
year.
good.
So the Nova Player app is where you need to go. Teachers, to register your school's details. But if you're not a teacher, you need to nag your teacher, okay? Nag your teachers. First day back at school today. Hit them up. Give them something to do on the first day back.
This is the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Every now and then somebody comes into the studio and you go, you know what, I have nothing in common with this person. His name is Adam Thorne. He's from Kings of Pain. You can see it on 7 Mate and 7 Plus, 8:30 on Tuesdays. Now, it's basically, the premise is you get animals to hurt you, Adam.
Yeah, essentially. Pretty much, yeah. So we build a pain index for animals that can inflict pain on human beings.
Yes.
And we subject ourselves to bites, stings, electrocutions, sometimes electric
That's fun.
eel.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
So it's not just about like a horse kicking you in the head, for example. It's things that actually have an ability to do something to you like this. So poisons and bites and...
Yeah, so normally it's defensive venoms.
Yep.
Which
So a rabbit bite's not going to come. Is that what you're telling me?
I've been bitten by a rabbit and they bloody hurt.
Yeah, I would put that on very high on a pain scale.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've just seen Adam's scars. So you showed us your arm. What's on your arm?
So I've got a scar on my arm from a 16-foot reticulated python that we got bitten by in Indonesia. And they're not venomous, but they have up to about 100 curved sharp teeth.
And you know what the teeth look like because you still have one.
We're just checking out now. So the reticulation, it's just menacing your arm. When this happened to you, I know you've got a shield. You got a shield on for safety. This is so funny.
Well, that's the money maker.
So mad. That snake is so mad at you.
How painful was that at the time?
Pretty painful. I've never. It's just started now, but the blood was insane. They had a banana leaf underneath me, and it was just filled up with blood. And then later we realised, we're not allowed to bleed on sacred ground because we're at a temple. I'm like, well,
my
probably
God.
should have told us that before.
Adam, this is insane. Hey, can we just get back to how this all come about? What you do here in Perth to be able to lead this to someone going, he might be good for this gig?
Well, I've produced and made and hosted wildlife documentaries around the world before, and I kind of got interest in US production companies. So every week I was getting emails, production companies wanting to pitch. And then eventually one come out and said, we want to fly you to LA for a day to do some on-camera tests.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I flew over there. It's a pretty crazy story, actually, because it's a co-hosted show.
Yeah.
I hosted with an American dude, Caveman Rob. There he is there. Paul's there. And basically to see who got along best on camera. I didn't even know what the show was about. I thought it was just a wildlife show.
You didn't think to ask?
Well, I just assumed it was a typical wildlife show.
Sure.
I'm like, I get there. Well, what's the show about? You're getting bitten and stung by animals and rating on a pain index.
And you still went, yeah, all right.
Well, I get bitten and stung by animals all the time anyway. I may as well get paid for it and be on TV.
But not on purpose. It's the fact that it's on purpose, that you're seeking it out.
Well, that's the tough thing, because everything in your instincts tell you to avoid getting bitten and stung by and avoid pain. You have to, and especially when you've been working with wildlife your entire life, that's one thing you're trained not to do, and you have to go against all that and purposely do it. So it's really weird, and it's pretty tough to do.
Now, a lot of international visitors think that everything in Australia can kill them. Is most of it filmed here, or
we haven't done any episodes
Get
here.
out! Wow.
No.
So you're not talking venomous snakes, are you?
Not venomous snakes, no. But because we work with snakes a lot.
Yes.
And if you are exposed to venom a lot, you don't necessarily become immune to it. You can go the opposite and become dangerously allergic to it.
Oh, wow.
So every insect bite or any venomous bite we did from an animal, we didn't know whether or not we were going to be allergic to it. Every single bite.
So you have a medical team with you on standby the whole time?
We have a doctor with us.
400 EpiPens poised, ready to go.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he gets stabbed by it when he gets,
That's the thing that hurts.
Ooh. Is there a correlation? Is the bigger the animal, the bigger the bite, or is it the smaller the animal?
Not necessarily. We've learned, firsthand that size really doesn't matter. I mean, tiny little ants like... there's a wingless wasp called a velvet ant, also called the cow killer. It's this big. It's tiny. It looks like an
centimetre.
ant.
Yep.
Yeah, and Jesus, it'll
bring you to your knees.
Oh, absolutely. Horrible.
Hey, Adam, you were talking about in life you normally pull yourself away from getting bitten or the danger.
Well, it's a survival instinct, isn't it?
Was there many times where you, whilst you're filming, did pull your hand away, or was it because the mental game that you're playing with yourself? Okay, I'll go again.
Yeah, so I'm not great with spiders. Not great with them. We had bloody 3 tarantulas that we had to get bitten by.
Does that hurt?
Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, I mean, their fangs are like, nails.
Yeah, right.
They're huge, and they're not like the South American tarantulas aren't super venomous. But we got bitten by an orange baboon tarantula, which are notorious
Do they have
for being
a swollen
really
red
painful.
butt? Is that why they go?
Almost. Yeah, and they are notoriously bad biters. They really hurt. I obviously was intimidated by getting bitten by it, but I had to pick the thing up to get my co-host bitten. That's the thing. I don't want to touch it.
Oh, you didn't want to touch it?
No.
Oh, my God.
Tell me about things in the water, because stingers?
Yeah.
I remember doing recovery in the beach and getting stung by stingers. That was the worst. Is that, where's that on the rating?
Marine stuff sucks. We did scorpion fish, which is, not far removed from a stonefish.
Stonefish, yeah.
Lionfish. We did eels, like moray eels, you name it. And the venom, it's got a very weird flavour to it almost. You know when you've been stung by a marine animal. It's just horrible.
Can I ask you about those things? So the lionfish and stonefish and, things like cobbler, I guess. So you step on them, they got their horns and they go into you. And this happens to people down the beach. How do you treat that? Because people say, just wee on my foot and all this kind of stuff.
Well, it's a laugh if you do, but it doesn't really do anything.
You get bitten and you've got wee on you.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly, yeah. With marine stings, submerge your, whatever limb was stung in hot water, as hot as you can tolerate. It neutralises the venom. But we weren't allowed to do any of that because we couldn't take anything, no painkillers.
Because you're documenting the pain. Okay, so what hurts the most? Of everything you've done, what was the most painful?
Well, the python that you just saw topped the list on season 1 because it just inflicted that much damage. It caused a permanent disability.
Yes, and not in you, but in your co-host.
In my co-host, in Caveman Rob. Yep.
So a nerve got severed in the so the ulnar nerve that goes down to your little finger and your ring finger.
Yeah.
So okay. And, so he can't stick his finger out when he's drinking his cup of tea anymore.
No, exactly. Yeah, and he's got not much feeling in it. But we always said that was a mistake because we caught a 10-foot one, and we were like, we've been bitten by 10-footers before, let's go bigger.
So these are wild pythons that you had to go and catch in the jungle.
Yeah, season 1 we caught them. Season 2 we were filming through COVID, so we had to film all out of LA.
And the python had to wear a mask.
Yeah, exactly. But there was no social distancing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But then we were like, we don't want to come anywhere close to the python bite in rating terms, and season 2 we bloody beat it with something worse. We got bitten by a beaded lizard.
Where are they from?
They're from Mexico.
Of course.
They're related to the Gila monster. They're a heliodome lizard, and they are super venomous. I nearly passed out. I was vomiting. My arm was ruined for 2 weeks. They've killed people.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. They kind of look a little bit like a colourful bobtail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
are they about that size?
They get quite a lot bigger. We got a little one because, we didn't want to go overboard. Yeah, exactly.
So that's the most painful thing you've encountered on this show?
Absolutely. But there has been real close contenders. Too many close contenders to that, actually.
What's your rating scale? 1 to 5, 1 to 10, where are we at?
So we do it out of 30. So we do an out of 10 for intensity, so how acute that pain is. Then a rating out of 10 for duration, how long it lasts.
Yeah.
And then damage, how much damage it left you with at the end out of 10. So ultimately...
It's like a good lover, Caitlin. Well, that stung.
You're not normal. We've established that, Adam.
But neither are we, so welcome.
But I'm in good company.
But Adam, you were just saying that you just grew up in the suburbs here and you were just interested in animals. So the first job you had out of school or heading towards dealing with animals, how did that occur?
During school, I used to wag and be at the bush.
Trying to catch goannas and stuff?
Yeah, snakes, you name it. I got bitten by a tiger snake when I was 14.
That didn't
trying
put you
to
off?
carry it home. No.
Did you?
Yeah, I was trying to carry it home and it bit me, and then I put it down, went, I should probably get to a hospital, but I really want to take this snake home, so I picked it up again. I was walking home and I was like, I should probably get to a hospital.
What happened to you when you got bitten by, after a while,
tiger snake?
By a tiger
One of the
snake?
most poisonous snakes in the world.
Yeah, so they're probably number 4 on the world's most venomous list, but luckily 50% are dry bites. So I went to the hospital, I'm like, and they're like, no, I don't think it injected you with venom, so I was lucky.
Did they believe you?
Yeah.
Did you have the snake with you? Were you like, here, this
no, they don't like that. But no, I had the puncture marks and everything, so it bit me, it just didn't inject any venom, luckily.
I went to school with a girl who was bitten. Yeah, I grew up in the country, and she didn't know she'd been bitten. So she was on a farm, threw some grass, and then she started feeling a bit unwell, and they found the marks on it. She was very ill for some time. She survived, but she was very, very ill.
Yeah, if you get anti-venom,
quick enough,
your chances of survival is like pretty much really high.
I'm very curious. Where is the most painful part of the body to get bitten? Because
you thinking like tattoos?
Yeah, like like when you get an injection, it's in your backside. There's a bit of meat there. Like, do you want a bite in a meaty place, or do you want it more on like an extremity where potentially nothing else is going to get?
And you can lose it.
Yeah.
Straight off.
It depends on the animal, because if you are like putting really long spines in your body, you don't want it in a meaty part because that's muscle, and you don't want to damage muscle and disable yourself. But there are parts of your body that are super sensitive, like fingertips.
Lots of nerves in your fingertips, obviously. Yeah.
Apparently getting stung on the lip is really bad, but
good to know.
Yeah, I haven't done that, but we've done hands and fingers. We got bitten by a centipede on the leg. We had to shave each other's legs for that. That was the worst part of it.
Shaving each other's legs, yeah.
Oh, not
horrendous.
Getting bitten, but shaving one another's legs is the bad bit. Yeah. Is there anything, like, is there sort of the goal, the holy grail of things to be bitten by that you're waiting to do?
We really wanted to do, we wanted to do the electric eel, which we did on season 2. That was really fun. But we really wanted to do the blue bottle Portuguese man of war. But they weren't in season when we were doing it, so we couldn't get any, because I think just on camera they look so cool.
Yeah. Take us back to the electric eel. Okay, were you swimming with it? You were in a pool with it, or did you just take it out? How did you do it?
We had it in a.
Were you wearing thongs?
We were wearing rubber-soled boots, actually, but so they're most dangerous when they're out of the water and dry, because you get because the water kind of disperses the electricity. So it was in a tank, and it was a big eel. And we had like electrodes connected to us so they can monitor our hearts.
Yes.
And a little sound thing, so every time the electric eel send off an electric shock, the speaker would go tuk, 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 tuk.
Oh,
so it's super scary.
No.
But we got hit by it. It was amazing. I would do that again.
So is it like touching an electric fence? Would that be?
It's worse than that. It's like
what's the voltage?
Yeah, they can kill people.
Yeah.
I get
so
that.
it's more the amps that will kill you.
Yeah.
But just certain circumstances changes the amperage and the voltage.
That's amazing. That's an animal that's getting off that electricity through.
Yeah, it's freakish, isn't it?
Being able to,
Yeah, the way their organs work, they've got 3 organs in their body that produce electricity. They're like little batteries lined up, and each one releases small charges, but when they're all lined up, they get a massive charge out of them. And that's what blew me away the most, like, not intended.
Literally and figuratively, yes.
Was just feeling the power and going, that came from an animal.
Yeah,
like, what the hell?
That is wild.
It's amazing if you hooked up your house to a couple of eels and you just had a tank off to the side. It's over fortune.
It's the new arm of Pleco. That's what they're going to do next.
That's the new Pleco system.
I've heard that platypus spines are really painful. I mean, they're hard to encounter. Not many people do.
Yeah, so that was one that we sort of tossed around the idea of, and then we don't know, because the males have venomous spurs in their back legs, and the pain can last for years.
Yes, they do say it's yes. Did you not know that?
No, I'm looking at the photos now. I'm like, where is a spine on?
Yes, it's on their back legs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So and they're massive. So the mechanical damage would be huge, because that would go deep and tear you open. But the venom.
So you're scared of the platypus? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not scared. I just don't feel like it.
Adam, this is incredible stuff. I know. What you put yourself through.
Do you sometimes just look at your life and go, what am I doing?
Yeah. We were on Celebrity Gogglebox in the US, and Ozzy Osbourne was like, they're crazier than I am, which was awesome. I was like,
that's right?
That's something.
That's saying something, isn't it? I mean, that puts it all in perspective. Yeah. All right, check it out, everybody. Adam Thorne on Kings of Pain.
Oh, my God.
If you do just want to see somebody suffering by their own hand, basically. It's all his own fault. 9:30 at 7 Mate and 7 Plus, of course. 9:30 tonight. So check it out. Thank you so much for coming in, you giant
Adam.
freak.
No
That's just the weirdest person I've ever met. But we love it.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Nova is the home of Nathan, Nat and Sean and Hart & Co.'s state-of-the-art showroom is home to the biggest display of kitchen and laundry appliances in Perth.
It is 10 to 9. It is time to talk food. We love hearing about people's signature dishes. We're going to pick our favourite one this morning from the 3 that we hear, and they'll take out $500 cash plus an invitation to our Hart & Co brunch on Friday, where somebody will score $5,000 worth of Neff kitchen appliances.
Right, you need to impress us. Carmen's first cab off the rank this morning. Good morning, Carmen.
Hey, morning, guys.
All right, Carmen. Get us drooling.
Lay it on us.
What is the dish that everybody begs you to cook for them?
It is my mum has to be by my side when we're cooking this, but it is my mum's famous South African Durban red knuckle lamb curry. It is absolutely beautiful, full of flavour, not too hot. And I love the fact that I can sit and I can suck that marrow out of the bones. It is absolutely delicious. I'm that girl. I don't care. My partner, he watches me. I strip those bones till there's literally nothing left.
You enjoy it. Yeah.
How long does it cook for? Do you know?
My mum cooks it for about an hour and a half, but the lamb knuckles are already so soft.
Yeah.
My son actually just got selected to go and play rugby in New Zealand in September, and we just did a food fundraiser to help with it. My mum made 3 massive pots, and there was not a bone to be seen after it. People lapped it up. Our Aussie friends, hubby's Samoan, he's an Islander family. Everybody loves my curry. If we go anywhere, literally, they are begging us to make, whether it's lamb, chicken, but the lamb is the best because, as I said, those bones, I can't get enough of.
I was about to say, where's a lamb knuckle? Because, lambs don't have fingers, so where would a knuckle come from on the lamb?
I think it's, oh, God, now you're asking me a question from an animal. I don't know.
Yeah, don't look at me, Sean.
We
were beef farmers. But you know the knuckle bones that you played with as kids?
Yes.
That's what they're based on. That's what
maybe it's a knee joint.
So almost, yes, so the joint, and with all that flavour and all, as I said, that. And what Mum does, she actually goes to the butcher and she gets the cut up into pieces, so it's in small knuckle pieces. So as I said, you can still suck that marrow out. That flavours just absorb that curry powder. Mum mixes her own curry powder that we get from South African shops.
Okay, I was going to ask about that. What the secret is to what makes a Durban curry different to, say, an Indian curry.
Yeah, so it's just the way I feel like it. How Mum has made it over time is that we do less seeds and spices. We do more the curry powder, more for the flavour. And I hate having, personally for me, I hate having a curry that you're so hot you lose it burns your taste buds and you can't taste it. This is not that. This is where there's a little bit of a kick to it, but you literally are licking your fingers and it's just full of flavour, packed full of it. And, I honestly, it's just something that we can't get enough of. It's everything.
It's a big sell by you, Carmen. Just incidentally, Harry, you got some information on why the curries are different in India and also South Africa?
Yeah, Googled something super clear, but it says here, unlike many of the fish curries of South India, there's no coconut milk or fresh coconut in a Durban fish curry.
That's just a fish curry,
That's a fish curry. And also, there are lots of Indian curries that don't have coconut milk, so it's bad. Be quiet, Harry.
Google.
Thanks, Carmen. You hang there. Ashley's in Auburn Grove. Hello.
How you going?
All right, Ash.
How you going, Ash?
We're great, Ash, but we're getting a little bit hungry. If we come to your house, what are you going to make for us? It's going to blow us away.
So it's something that I've been working on for a while and tweaking every now and then. It's apricot and almond cream cheese stuffed chicken breast. Served on a sweet potato mash, sauteed greens, usually a broccolini, and then a seeded mustard cream sauce.
Oh, okay. Now, I like the sound of this, but Sean has a problem with fruit and meat.
Yeah, I've always had a problem with fruit and meat.
And you've got apricots in there with your chicken, Talk him around.
Okay. I can sub it out for a herb and garlic cream cheese.
No, keep the apricots.
I'm happy for you to do what you're doing. So how long have you been mucking around for it, and what were you trying to get right, Ashley?
It's just a flavour balance, really, because you've got the sweetness from the apricot and almond cream cheese, and then that seeded mustard cream sauce sort of cuts through it with a little bit of tartness.
I feel like this is a really fancy version of apricot chicken, which used to be my staple when I went home for dinner. Mum and Dad would say, "What do you want?" I'd say, apricot chicken. It's the best.
Yeah, but this is a gourmet. You're right. It's a gourmet version. Talk to me about the sauce, the mustard sauce. What goes in that?
So you're using the same pan and cook the chicken in, so you've got all the flavours from there. Some onions, some finely chopped garlic, some seeded mustard, and some white wine.
Yeah.
A little bit of lemon juice, and then cream. reduce it, and yeah.
That'll be all right, I reckon.
You put a lot of thought into this.
Good,
You're actually working it well.
Yeah, and it's a complete dish.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's got the broccolini and stuff as well. All right, Ash, you hang there. Danny's in Nedlands. Hello.
Hello. How
All
are
right,
you?
Danny, what are you going to make for us?
Okay, well, this is a Christmas dish that I'm renowned for.
Yes, it's July, though. We could do Christmas in July. Keep going.
Well, that's what I thought. Christmas in July.
Yes.
So Christmas in July. I'm a visual person, so my dishes have to look beautiful. So
Yes.
this is, I just want to paint a picture for you. It's a roast chicken, but it's on a bed of oranges and fresh cranberries. So it's really pretty. And then, so it looks Christmassy, and then it's got rosemary on top of it, but it's stuffed under the skin with a balsamic and beautiful butter and grated orange and lemon. So it looks really Christmassy, and it's so bloody succulent. It's beautiful.
Oh.
Absolutely
You
beautiful.
like the moisture
You like succulent things, but also there's a lot of fruit with that
I
meat,
know
Sean.
that. That's where I'm at with the cranberry and orange. I'm like,
Where are you
I
getting
get it.
fresh cranberries from, by the way, Danny?
Well, yeah, I know. It's a little bit tricky. No, I do like the frozen ones that they store out.
Okay.
The fresh. But I know my heart sank when I heard that.
When you heard that Sean doesn't like fruit meat, and Danny's like, I'm going to put the phone down now. But he doesn't speak for all of us.
No, I don't speak for everybody.
Yeah, it's just
Absolutely
one of his
not.
weird little
This is
peccadillos.
democracy, isn't it?
Yes, it is, isn't it? I know that. I mean, that's a good contender too. It did sound succulent, and you did sell it well, Danny.
Very Christmassy.
But we have to pick today's winner to win $500 cash. Sean, it's tough,
know,
isn't
this
it?
is a tough one.
You know what I'm going to pick already.
Well, put your fingers up, please. Okay. Harry? Harold?
Harry, hold your fingers up.
This is what I thought would be a problem.
We need a deciding vote.
Sam, come in here, run. Someone run in here.
I mean,
Okay, Amy's got her vote up. Here we go.
Okay,
That's
all
the
right.
decider.
Well, that decided it then. Congratulations, Ashley. The apricot chicken got across the line because you made it sound fancy, Ash. You've scored $500 cash, but you're also invited to our Hart & Co brunch this Friday where you could win $5,000 worth of Neff kitchen appliances, Ash.
Awesome.
We'll see you there.
Oh, thank you very much.
I know, nicely done. Yeah, the mustard sauce got me across the line, I'll be honest. Good work. We're going to do it all over again tomorrow, everybody.
Certainly are. The countdown's on to Friday.
Yeah, it is.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Time for us to skid the wheels. Thanks for filling in today, Seabass.
It's been
Thanks,
nice
Seabass.
work. It's always fun, hashtag here if you need.
The netball refrain. We love that. Hi, Ross.
Hello, how are we?
We're wonderful,
Good,
Ross.
buddy.
Very interesting bill you paid this morning, $950 date bill to
Yeah.
Melbourne, flights to Melbourne. She was being very cagey about.
I know, but they've been talking for 8 years and never met.
On and off.
8 years. Imagine that.
That's a big call, a flight to Melbourne
Yeah.
for a date. But that's the type of thing that, I mean, any type of bill we could pay.
We're fully supportive of that sort of activity.
Yeah.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.